Hey guys, this is Lantis, and I decided to do a little RPG Maker video. Um, this is kind of just a by the seat of my pants type deal, because I haven't really actually tried this before. So if this works or not, I don't know yet. We'll just see. But it's an idea I wanted to try for a while now, especially since this is a reoccurring problem that seems to come up in the RPG Maker community. At least when it involves RPG Maker 1. Anyone who's making an RPG is going to want to try to do a few things, that doesn't sound... Well, actually, there are some stereotypical things that you can't really seem to do in RPG Maker. Now, I'm going to kind of fiddle around real quick. I don't have anything in here yet, so I'm just going to go in here and create some just data. But anyway... In RPG Maker 1, you've never had the ability to in-game force a game over. You can't do it. It's just not possible. The only way you can game over is if you have a person die in a battle. And that's the only way you can stop and have to reload from your last save point. And a save point can be whatever you make it to be. So, right now if you use RPG Maker 1 right now, I'm honestly just preaching to the choir right now. So, but what I'm doing now is I'm making a just a random place for me to try this. Just trying to think of a place that has a nice open area to just poke around in. That'll work. And we don't need a background image or anything. So, I am going to try to show to you today a way to get a decent forced game over screen, right? So, first what I need to do, actually, is show you what it's like when you normally game over, right? So let's actually go into monsters real quick. Not a monster appearance, but monster. And create ourselves something nasty. Oh, as you can tell from the character I made, he's extremely weak. So we're not gonna need really anything over the top, just something that can kill us in one simple swipe. That should do it. So we're going to go back into here, go in the pyramid. We're going to create a battle with Blarg. And we're not going to need background. You probably can't even hear the background music, so whatever. So let's go in and see what we got. What we want to emulate is whatever happens here. So I'm going to attack Blarg and do crap damage, and he misses. Don't you do this. You hit. You land a hit. It's because I didn't set his accuracy up. He's going to miss every time, isn't he? I hate me. Oh well, I told you I was doing this by the seat of my pants, so... Agility. You know what, let's just, before I screw anything else up, let's just go ahead and put up all of his stats so we don't have this problem again. Alright. Have at me. Alright, so it plays that little ditty and goes silent and game over. Awesome. And from here, you're forced to go to this. Well, since I'm in test mode, it just starts over. But if you were actually in a game, you would actually have to reload your file and continue. Alright, let's say instead that we wanted... Actually, let's give this a little bit more legitimacy. How about it? Let's say over here we have object, something that looks like a save point. Just here's what I'm using. I like this. I can't remember what color I'm using. Ghost it, whatever. And we'll just go ahead and make it a save point. Awesome. Easy enough, right? And so we start down here, save points over here, right? And let's say instead of battle here, let's give it, what's something looks painful to step on? I don't think you can step on top of fire. But you know what? We'll make it work. Alright, so move party, one space. What am I doing? Move party to point. So there. So if you touch it, you'll inevitably walk on top of it. So whatever. So now we have a way to die to try to force our game over in a way that makes somewhat sense. So what we need to do is we need a separate screen first and foremost for our game over. So, but what's going to go to that afterwards is what we're going to use for the actual game over screen. Now, just like the map demo did, there's always a downfall to using some kind of custom idea in RPG Maker 1, and in this case, it would be that your game could not use a title screen, because we're going to be using the actual title of the game as Game Over. Alright. And we're going to go in the title. Now, just like the game over screen in the actual battle, there was no background music and there was no background color. But we want the text and we want it to be blue. We want it to, what was it? Fade in from the foreground. So what you're going to have is something that looks really similar to the original game over screen. In fact, almost looks just like it. The only difference is it's not going to do the exit animation that it had, but that's okay. I've actually got I got an idea where I'm going with this. All right. So anyway, let's go ahead and go into dungeon. We're going to use the second area. We're going to do custom in or out. Doesn't really matter. In fact, we don't need anything as long as it's just there. Actually, we didn't even have to do anything in there. We just needed to go into event data. So whatever. New dungeon, and what we're going to do is create an event, and all this event's going to do is call forth the, where is it? It's been so long since I've been in here. Title. Y'all probably see it and I don't, and I'm going insane. But that's okay, I've known that for a long time now. Display title. I was looking for T when it was that right there. Alright, and of course we want an intro event that takes over to it. Okay. Now, what happens here is that whenever you game over, it'll take you to the screen, it'll show you the game over screen, but after that, there's no way, and there's never going to be a way, to get an RPG Maker game to force you to have to load your game save again unless you die in battle. But what we can do is make it look as legitimate as possible. So what we're going to do is, you saw that game save, right? Or that save point I made, right? What we're going to do is, after the title, we're going to say, move location to Pyramid 1 and position, and we're going to select where we placed our game save. Okay? And there's only one other thing we need to change. Is go in here and let's say we walk on top of it. Let's say sound effect. That sounds as close to a burn sound as possible. So after we got ourselves touching it, moving onto it, getting hurt by it, then we're going to simply just move location to New Dungeon 2, which if you were actually using this in your game, I would name the whatever's New Dungeon to like Game Over screen or something. What doesn't matter, and say just move to there. So what do we have when we put it all together? Test play, start. So la-di-da, they're going through a dungeon, right? And, you know, before they go in, they want to go to a save point. So let's say they save. I'm not. I don't have any memory. I do have a memory card set. This is the EPSXE. So, but let's just say I saved, right? So I saved my game, and I'm wandering through a dungeon, and oh crap. You know, there's always a little something. You might actually like having the character model there before the game over screen comes up, because some games do that, like Final Fantasy VI, I know, has a really big habit of having the character that died on screen before then. But you get a game over screen, and yeah, we're going to have to fix that. And you move back to the save point, so it's like just like it. Now, I'm going to do a few things first. First, in New Dungeon, I'm going to go into the intro event. And before it takes over, I want to say party display disappear. So we don't have the character there. But when we go back into Pyramid 2, I'm going to add an intro event that says party display default. So they come back. Now, also, I'm doing stuff off the top of my head. Let's say you wanted to make it look a little more legit, right? Like, it seems to go too fast. It's not like it's actually loading your file again. Now, this is completely just a time waster and just for looks, but you could go into here, wait like 5 seconds, display message, make it message 2, enter a message that says loading. And kind of give it the effect that the actual game save is loading again, and maybe another 5-second wait. Alright, so now let's see what we got. Alright, just got into a dungeon. We know a puzzle's coming up of some sort. We could die, so we save. And then we messed up. So we have a forced game over screen, and wow, 5 seconds seems a lot longer than I must have thought. Yeah, I would definitely change that a little bit, but you get the point. So it actually looks like you game overed and had to restart. The only problem is, seeing is that you don't, any items they collect, any switches turned on, any experience, money they've gotten, anything that's happened, they get to keep. That doesn't go away because they didn't load from the last save. And that's pretty much the only flaw in this entire idea. That, and you don't get a title screen for your game. Oh, yeah, and this actually is probably a bigger one for me. Whenever I actually save my system data, or it's either scenario or system, on the game save, it might say game over. I'm not entirely sure. I know it has creator name. I'm pretty sure it has the game name too, but that's going to say game over, which kind of sucks. But I'm just saying it's better than nothing. But, so, there you are. If you want to use it, you're more than welcome to. If not, whatever. But anyway, thanks for checking this out. This is Lantis, and I'll catch y'all whenever I'm back online. Peace, guys.